Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment stepping into the life of someone who has just won the biggest lottery in history. Breathe in that feeling, absolute joy, unshakable peace, the thrill of endless possibilities. Hold that feeling close, for it's not some far-off dream, it is a state you are capable of embodying right now. When you act as if you are already the biggest lottery winner, you summon that reality into existence. The power within you is greater than any number drawn, any lottery ticket sold. It's the power of imagination, the same force that brings new worlds into existence. Close your eyes and see yourself living this life. Feel the weightlessness that comes with no longer needing, no longer fearing. See how people look at you. Notice the spring in your step. Feel the confidence radiating from every cell. This isn't just visualization, it's creation. Do not wait for your surroundings to change before you believe in the possibility. Faith in the unseen is faith in the true reality. You must live from the end, from the realization of your dreams. Act as if you are the one blessed beyond measure, not someday but right now. The outside world may not yet know it, but let them catch up to you, because the only truth that matters is the truth within. When doubt knocks, when you feel the pull of limitation, remember that abundance is your birthright. The lack you may see around you is but an illusion, a passing shadow that cannot define you. You are a vessel of boundless potential. Speak to yourself as a winner would. When you walk, walk like a winner. When you think like someone who has already achieved their wildest dreams. Sometimes your mind will try to bring up the past, to remind you of every failure or disappointment. But even that, my friend, is subject to your power. Go back in your mind and rewrite those moments. See yourself triumph where you once stumbled, and feel the victory that's always been yours. Gratitude is your most powerful ally. For in the feeling of gratitude, you assume the blessing is already here. Each moment you dwell in thanks, you strengthen this new reality. Persist in it. Yes, circumstances may tempt you to doubt, to look away, but stay rooted in the feeling. Let no wavering thought derail you from what you know deep down to be true. Release all doubt, for your heart knows this truth: you are indeed the biggest lottery winner, not because of what you have, but because of what you know. This world will reflect back the truth you hold unwaveringly within, and it will unfold in ways you could never have imagined. To assume the feeling of fulfillment is to immerse yourself so deeply in the state of your desire achieved that it becomes real, felt, and vivid within you. Imagine for a moment that what you seek has already come to pass. Every desire you hold has been realized, every hope fulfilled. This is no mere mental exercise. It is the act of embodying, with all the senses, the truth of your desire as an accomplished reality. You are not wishing, hoping, or looking forward to it. Instead, you are stepping into the sensation of it, living as if you are already the person who has received this blessing. The feeling of fulfillment is not a passive experience. It is a dynamic, active state where the senses are engaged, the emotions fully attuned, and the imagination vividly alive. To assume the feeling of fulfillment, close your eyes and visualize what life would look like if your desire were already here. Go beyond the visual, imagine the sounds, the textures, and the scents that would surround you in this new reality. If your dream is to find love, feel the warmth of companionship, the joy of shared moments, the sound of laughter filling your space. If it is financial security you desire, imagine the sense of relief and freedom from worry, the peace that comes from knowing your needs are met. Your task is to create such a strong feeling within that it becomes undeniable, that your mind accepts it as true and aligns every part of your being with it. When we engage deeply with this state, we activate within us a powerful shift. Our body and mind respond to this sensation of already having by recalibrating our thoughts, emotions, and even our behavior. No longer are we waiting or anticipating. Instead, we are living as if the dream is now our reality. This change is palpable. You may find yourself feeling more confident, more assured. The state of waiting, which often brings anxiety and doubt, dissipates and is replaced by a calm certainty. In this state, you are no longer asking or yearning. You are instead allowing yourself to feel what it's like to possess, to hold, and to experience your desire as real. This process involves the cultivation of belief, a belief that transcends what the physical world shows you. Often we look outside of ourselves for confirmation of what is real and what is possible. But here you are asked to turn inward, to seek truth within, and to plant that truth firmly in your heart. When doubts arise, as they inevitably will, you return to this feeling. You remind yourself that you are the creator of your experience, that you hold the power to feel fulfilled before it appears in form. This act of returning to the feeling of fulfillment is a continual practice. It requires persistence, a conscious decision to choose faith in what you feel over what you see. As you embody this feeling, your mind begins to accept it as fact. Neuroscience shows us that the brain responds to imagined experiences in much the same way as to real ones. The sensations you create in your mind can trigger the same responses as if those events were happening externally. This is the foundation upon which all change is built. By consistently embracing the feeling of already being fulfilled, you lay down new neural pathways that reinforce this state as your reality. Over time, this feeling becomes so familiar, so ingrained, that it becomes your default. And when it is your default, when it is so integrated into your sense of self that it feels natural and right, it begins to outpicture in your world. In assuming the feeling of fulfillment, you are not deceiving yourself. Rather, you are choosing to trust in the creative power within you, in the truth that your inner state shapes your outer experience. The feeling of fulfillment is a powerful magnet. It draws experiences that match it into your life. It brings about opportunities, relationships, and situations that align with this state of already having. To sustain this feeling, be intentional with your thoughts. Remind yourself regularly of the feeling you seek to embody. Whenever doubts or fears arise, use them as cues to return to this feeling, to remind yourself of what it is to live as one who already has all they desire. The key is to remain in this state long enough for it to take root in your subconscious. Just as seeds need time to grow, so does this feeling of fulfillment need time to sink deeply within. Every time you return to it, every time you make the conscious choice to feel fulfilled, you are watering this inner state, strengthening it, and making it an unshakable part of who you are. Gradually, this feeling will become second nature, no longer something you have to summon, but simply the way you live and experience the world. Imagination is the key, a portal to worlds both seen and unseen, a bridge between what is and what could be. It is through imagination that we begin to create, to breathe life into our desires, to shape reality itself from the vast potential that lies within. Imagination is not simply a function of the mind, it is a force, an energy that aligns with the very act of creation. Everything we see in our world, from the tallest skyscrapers to the most intricate technologies, began first as a vision, a dream, an idea in someone's mind. The role of imagination, therefore, is to expand us beyond the limitations of our current experience and invite us to dwell in the realm of infinite possibilities. To unlock this key, one must engage with imagination not as a fleeting or whimsical practice, but as a deliberate, powerful act. It begins by understanding that imagination is not passive. It is an intentional exercise where we see, hear, and feel the reality we wish to experience, bringing it into vivid clarity as though it were already here. Imagine for a moment the details of your greatest desire fulfilled. The smells, the sounds, the sensations, each one plays a role in bringing your vision to life. When you visualize with full sensory engagement, your imagination turns from mere thought into something tangible, something almost palpable. In this act of creation, your mind does not differentiate between what you imagine and what is physically real. Neuroscience has shown us that the brain responds to imagined experiences in ways similar to how it responds to actual events. When you imagine yourself succeeding, achieving, or experiencing something deeply desired, you are creating a neurological pattern that mirrors the reality of that success. This is why visualization is so powerful for athletes, performers, and individuals striving to reach new heights. They understand that by mentally rehearsing their goals, they are conditioning their minds and bodies to respond as if those goals were already achieved. Imagination then becomes a rehearsal for the reality we seek. When you imagine with conviction and consistency, you are essentially training your mind to accept this new reality. The more vivid, the more sensory-rich your imagination, the more your brain aligns with this new vision. Doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs begin to fade as imagination takes over, filling you with a sense of what could be rather than what is. This is not escapism, rather, it is the intentional act of embodying potential and possibility. Every time you engage in this act of imagination, you lay down pathways in your brain that make this vision more accessible, more familiar, and more real. Imagination has the unique power to bring us into states of being we may never have thought possible. If you desire freedom, imagine it with every fiber of your being. What would freedom feel like? How would you walk, speak, or interact with others if you felt fully liberated? If you long for abundance, imagine yourself surrounded by the evidence of that abundance. Picture yourself living in the home of your dreams, experiencing the joys that financial freedom brings. Feel the ease, the peace, the joy that comes from this life. The more deeply you imagine it, the more you become attuned to this state, and the more your mind and body begin to align with the reality of this vision. Through imagination, we can also reshape our understanding of past events, shifting memories that once held pain or limitation into lessons or strengths that empower us. Imagine a past event that felt limiting or painful. Now see it in a new light, a light where you emerge from it stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This power of reinterpretation through imagination allows you to free yourself from the hold of past limitations and reframe your experiences in a way that supports the future you desire. In this way, imagination acts as both a healer and a creator, transforming not only our visions for the future, but also our understanding of the past. Our imaginations can also serve as a compass, guiding us toward inspired action. When we dwell in the realm of possibility, our minds become more attuned to opportunities and ideas that align with our vision. You might find yourself drawn to certain activities, people, or circumstances that seem to support the reality you have imagined. This is not coincidence. When you consistently imagine yourself in a state of fulfillment, your mind becomes highly perceptive to anything that resembles that state. Actions that might once have seemed challenging or overwhelming become natural because you are no longer operating from a place of lack, but from the strength of having already seen yourself succeed. At times we may be tempted to dismiss imagination as fanciful or unrealistic, yet it is precisely this leap beyond the confines of realistic that opens doors to profound transformation. Great visionaries, inventors, and creators throughout history have harnessed their imaginations, embracing the unreal as a seed for the real. By immersing themselves in the vision of what could be, they bridge the gap between the present and the extraordinary. Imagination is not bound by the rules of logic or the limits of current conditions. It is expansive, always reaching, always stretching toward new expressions of life. When you engage imagination fully, you are setting a direction for your life that transcends current limitations. Each moment you spend imagining with intention is a step closer to living that reality. Imagination is the foundation upon which you build the life you desire. Every image, every sensation you cultivate in this space contributes to the tapestry of your future experience. The mind is highly receptive to what it repeatedly experiences. When imagination becomes a daily practice, the repetition solidifies these visions in your subconscious, transforming them from fleeting thoughts into beliefs, and from beliefs into reality. To wield imagination as a key to transformation requires consistency and depth. It requires an openness to explore your desires without limitation, to allow yourself the freedom to dream vividly and without restriction. It is in this space that true change is born. In the quiet of your mind, in the rich landscape of your imagination, you hold the power to shape worlds, to break down barriers, and to invite in the life you have always envisioned. Living in the end is a practice of immersing oneself in the reality of a fulfilled desire, embracing it as though it has already come to pass. It's more than just a hopeful outlook or positive thinking. It's a deep, unwavering conviction that what you desire is already part of your existence. When you live in the end, you assume the mindset, emotions, and behaviors of someone who already has what they desire. It is a transformative shift that goes beyond wishful thinking, grounding you in the state of fulfillment rather than longing or striving. Living in the end involves seeing and feeling your desires as present realities rather than distant goals. This approach requires a mental commitment to operate from a place of certainty. To live in the end, you must let go of doubt and fear, choosing instead to embrace the reality of your desire as though it's already here. Instead of viewing your desire as something external, far away, or beyond your reach, you begin to embody the perspective of someone who already has it. Imagine for a moment that what you wish for has already materialized. How would your life change? How would your thoughts, actions, and interactions shift if you were living in a state of completion? This is the essence of living in the end. Living in the end is not about waiting for proof or signs from the outside world. Instead, it's about cultivating inner assurance that your desire is real, When you fully embrace this mindset, you release the need for external validation, because the feeling of fulfillment becomes so strong within you that it overrides any temporary outer circumstances. This approach requires steadfast faith in the creative power of the mind. Rather than being swayed by what is happening around you, you allow your inner vision to guide your experience, holding on to it with conviction, even when reality seems contradictory. This practice requires a suspension of disbelief and a willingness to look beyond the current evidence of your senses. If you are longing for financial freedom, for instance, living in the end means adopting the mindset and behavior of someone who already has this freedom. You would feel at peace, confident, and relaxed about your finances. You might even act differently, perhaps spending more mindfully, giving freely, or investing wisely, not because you're faking wealth, but because you are embracing the reality of being financially secure within. The outer actions naturally follow this inner belief. The beauty of living in the end is that it influences your subconscious mind. By consistently embodying the end state, you are essentially programming your subconscious to accept this as the new reality. The subconscious does not differentiate between what is real and imagined. It simply responds to the strongest impressions. When you continuously live in the end, those impressions become embedded in your subconscious, shaping your thoughts, emotions, and actions accordingly. Over time, this inner shift begins to reflect in your outer world as your actions align with this new reality you've created within. Living in the end also affects the energy you project. When you are constantly wishing for something, that longing is felt by others, and it often pushes things away. People can sense neediness or desperation, which tends to repel rather than attract. However, when you live in the end, your energy changes. You exude confidence, assurance, and peace, because you are no longer trying to get something, you are already in the experience of having it. This shift in energy often has a magnetic effect, drawing people and opportunities to you that align with your state of fulfillment. It is as if the world begins to respond to the inner reality you have cultivated. Living in the end is a powerful approach because it creates alignment between your desire and your current state. When there is alignment, resistance dissolves. Imagine the difference between two people trying to achieve the same goal. One feels anxious, constantly questioning whether it will happen, doubting their ability and struggling to make it real. The other, living in the end, feels calm and assured. They know it is done, and every action they take flows from this sense of certainty. Their path is smoother, not because they avoid challenges, but because they approach them from a place of fulfillment rather than lack. This mindset does not mean ignoring the present reality or pretending difficulties don't exist. Living in the end is not about denying or escaping from current circumstances. Rather, it is about choosing to identify more strongly with the version of yourself who already has what you desire than with any obstacles in the way. It's an intentional shift in focus, a choice to give more attention to your vision than to your doubts. Even if the outer world remains unchanged initially, the inner feeling of living in the end becomes so powerful that it begins to shape your perception, interactions, and decisions. Living in the end also means trusting in the timing of your desires. When you fully embrace the end state, you release the urgency or need to control how and when things will happen. You no longer force or chase. Instead, you are open and receptive, allowing the universe to orchestrate the details. This trust allows you to move through life with greater ease, confidence, and patience. You understand that everything will unfold as it should, in perfect timing, because you are already living in the state of having received it. This inner peace transforms how you navigate challenges and uncertainties. When you live in the end, your imagination becomes the creative force shaping your experience. By regularly revisiting the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you reinforce this reality in your mind, making it increasingly familiar. This repeated exposure solidifies the end state, so it becomes less of a fantasy and more of a natural part of your identity. You start to embody the characteristics, behaviors, and mindset of someone who has already arrived, which reinforces the manifestation process. Your actions flow effortlessly from this place of fulfillment, and the journey becomes a joyful expression of the state you are already living within. Living in the end ultimately cultivates a profound sense of inner peace and joy. There is a quiet confidence, a sense of ease that comes from knowing you are exactly where you need to be. By grounding yourself in the state of fulfillment, You release the resistance, fear, and striving that often accompany the pursuit of desires. Instead, you find yourself moving gracefully through life, inspired and guided by the inner certainty that all you seek is already yours. Faith in the unseen is a deep, unshakable trust in realities beyond our physical senses. It is the conviction that something exists, even when there is no physical evidence to support it yet. Faith in the unseen means believing in the potential, the possibility, and the promise of things that are not yet visible. It is the knowing, not just the hope, that what you desire is as real as anything you can touch or see, though it hasn't taken physical form. This faith acts as a bridge between the inner vision and the external world, bringing what is imagined into tangible existence. To cultivate faith in the unseen, one must first embrace the idea that reality is not confined to what we can perceive with our senses. The mind has the power to create and hold visions that transcend current circumstances. When you hold a desire in your mind and nurture it with belief, you are planting a seed. Even though you may not see immediate results, you understand that this vision is developing, growing beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Faith in the unseen is trusting this process, knowing that every thought, every belief, and every feeling you invest into this vision is contributing to its eventual manifestation. Faith in the unseen also requires letting go of the need for immediate evidence. It is easy to doubt or feel discouraged when we don't see instant results, but true faith involves patience. This patience is not passive, it is a confident waiting, a knowing that what you seek is on its way. Rather than feeling restless, you cultivate an inner assurance, a calm certainty that everything is unfolding as it should. When you hold this kind of faith, you are not concerned with the how or the when. Instead, you focus on nurturing the belief that it will happen in the perfect time and in the perfect way. Holding faith in the unseen also demands that you remain steady, regardless of external circumstances. There may be setbacks or delays, but these do not shake your conviction. You understand that your belief in the unseen is stronger than any temporary obstacle. This kind of unwavering faith is like a compass, always pointing toward the reality you desire, guiding you through any detours or distractions. Even if the world around you seems to contradict your inner vision, you remain anchored in the truth of what you know to be possible. Faith in the unseen becomes a source of inner strength, a reminder that reality is fluid and can be shaped by the power of your belief. Faith in the unseen is also about training your mind to stay focused on the end result rather than the obstacles. The mind naturally gravitates towards doubt and fear when confronted with challenges, but faith redirects your attention toward the outcome. When you place your focus on the final vision, you are feeding it energy and life. This focus empowers you to take inspired actions, even if they seem small or insignificant at the time. Each step you take, rooted in faith, brings you closer to realizing the unseen. It's a form of trust that your efforts are not in vain, even if you can't yet see the full picture. Furthermore, faith in the unseen shifts your emotional state. Rather than feeling anxious or fearful, you cultivate feelings of joy, peace, and gratitude as if your desire is already fulfilled. Emotions are powerful forces in the manifestation process. They amplify and energize your faith. When you align your feelings with the reality you envision, you create a resonance, a harmony between your inner state and the reality you wish to bring forth. Faith in the unseen allows you to live in the joy and satisfaction of having, even before the physical manifestation arrives. This emotional alignment strengthens your belief, reinforcing the reality of what you desire on a subconscious level. Faith in the unseen is also essential for resilience. In the journey toward any meaningful goal, there will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and challenges. It is faith that sustains you during these times, the quiet whisper reminding you to keep going. It is the courage to believe that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable. This resilience builds your character, teaching you patience, persistence, and self-trust. Through faith, you learn to trust yourself and the power within you to bring forth the reality you seek. You begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as part of the unfolding process, as necessary experiences that strengthen your belief. Faith in the unseen is ultimately a declaration of personal power. When you believe in something that is not yet visible, you are asserting your role as a creator of your life. You are choosing to rely not on external circumstances, but on the inner vision you hold. This faith is a statement that reality is malleable, that your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are the true architects of your experience. In a world that often values only what can be seen and measured, faith in the unseen is an act of courage, a declaration that your inner world is just as real, if not more so, than the outer world. This kind of faith is also contagious. When you hold a deep, unshakable belief in your vision, others around you can sense it. Your conviction inspires confidence, not only in yourself but in those who witness your journey. People are drawn to the strength of your faith, often finding themselves uplifted by your certainty. This energy creates a ripple effect, attracting circumstances, resources, and people that align with your vision. Your faith becomes a beacon, radiating out and drawing in all that is necessary for the manifestation of your desire. The more you embrace faith in the unseen, the more you open yourself to receive support from the world around you. Faith in the unseen is a partnership with the unknown. It is the willingness to step forward, even when the path is unclear, trusting that each step will reveal itself as you move forward. This trust transforms your relationship with the unknown, replacing fear with excitement and uncertainty with possibility. When you have faith in the unseen, you do not wait passively, you actively participate in the creation of your reality. Each day, each moment, you reaffirm your belief, strengthening the connection between your inner vision and the unfolding of events in the physical world. This kind of faith goes beyond specific desires or goals. It becomes a way of life. You begin to see all aspects of your experience through the lens of potential rather than limitation. Faith in the unseen becomes a practice of seeing beyond appearances, of looking at life with a sense of wonder and openness. It is the knowing that every moment holds the possibility for transformation, that what you believe today shapes what you experience tomorrow. Through faith in the unseen, you become a creator of your reality, fully empowered to bring forth the life you envision. Alignment with abundance is a shift in perspective where one embraces a mindset of plenty, moving away from limitations and scarcity. It means seeing and experiencing the world as a place of endless resources, opportunities, and fulfillment. To be aligned with abundance is to recognize that there is more than enough of everything: love, wealth, success, joy for everyone, including yourself. It's about embodying a state of trust in the flow of life, where you understand that what you need is available to you and that it can flow freely into your life. At the heart of aligning with abundance is an awareness of your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes toward receiving and possessing. Often people unknowingly operate from a scarcity mindset, rooted in beliefs that there isn't enough to go around or that achieving success or happiness is a struggle. This perspective constrains the mind, causing you to focus on limitations and potential lack rather than the opportunities and possibilities available to you. Aligning with abundance is a conscious decision to let go of these limiting beliefs and replace them with a mindset of plenty, where you trust that life will support and provide for you in myriad ways. The process of aligning with abundance begins within. Rather than searching for abundance outside yourself, you cultivate a sense of completeness within, realizing that abundance is a state of being, not a collection of things. When you feel whole and fulfilled internally, you attract experiences that match this sense of wholeness. By appreciating what you already have, you create an internal environment that resonates with abundance. This inner sense of richness shifts your perspective, so you begin to notice the abundance that already exists around you. Instead of fixating on what is missing, you develop a habit of seeing and celebrating what is present. Aligning with abundance also involves releasing resistance to receiving. Many people find it challenging to accept or receive, often because they feel unworthy or believe that they need to earn their blessings through hard work or sacrifice. However, true alignment with abundance requires a willingness to accept good things into your life without guilt or second guessing. This openness to receive is not about entitlement, it's about recognizing that life is generous and that you are worthy of receiving its gifts. When you believe you are deserving, you open the doors for abundance to flow to you naturally and effortlessly. Another key to alignment with abundance is adopting a mindset of gratitude. Gratitude amplifies the experience of abundance by focusing on what is already in your life that brings joy, comfort, or peace. When you take time to appreciate even the smallest blessings, you are essentially tuning yourself to the frequency of abundance. This practice expands your awareness and enhances your ability to recognize abundance in unexpected places. Gratitude reminds you that abundance is not just about material wealth, but also about relationships, health, and the beauty of everyday moments. By consistently practicing gratitude, you nurture a mindset of appreciation, which is the foundation of an abundant life. Aligning with abundance also means trusting in the flow of life. There will be moments when challenges arise and resources seem limited. Yet when you are aligned with abundance, you maintain a sense of faith, understanding that these are temporary conditions rather than permanent limitations. You trust that there is always enough, even when circumstances seem to say otherwise. This trust empowers you to remain calm and resilient, allowing abundance to flow even through challenging times. Rather than clinging to fear, you keep your heart and mind open to new possibilities, confident that the universe is always capable of providing what you need. In alignment with abundance, you start to see possibilities where others see obstacles. You realize that abundance is not just about what you can gain or possess, but about the potential for growth, expansion, and transformation. It becomes clear that opportunities are everywhere, waiting for you to recognize and seize them. This outlook encourages creativity and openness, allowing you to pursue your goals with enthusiasm and faith. Instead of feeling restricted by circumstances, you are inspired to find ways to thrive within them, seeing each challenge as a stepping stone rather than a barrier. Living in alignment with abundance is also about generosity. When you feel abundant, you naturally wish to share your blessings with others. This generosity does not necessarily mean giving away everything you have, but rather adopting a spirit of kindness, support, and compassion. By giving freely, whether it's your time, energy, love, or resources, you reinforce the belief that there is plenty for everyone. Generosity is a powerful affirmation of abundance, as it signals to the universe that you trust in its endless supply. In giving, you create a flow of energy, allowing more abundance to circulate in your life and the lives of others. Additionally, aligning with abundance means paying attention to the language you use, both with yourself and others. Language reflects and reinforces our beliefs. When you speak in terms of lack or limitation, you are unknowingly reinforcing a scarcity mindset. Phrases like "I can't afford that" or "there's never enough" create a mental environment of restriction. Instead, by choosing words that reflect possibility and sufficiency, you affirm an abundant reality. Saying "I am open to receiving" or "there's always more than enough" are examples of language that cultivates an abundant mindset. This shift in language helps to program the mind for abundance, directing your thoughts and actions toward opportunities rather than constraints. Aligning with abundance is a journey of self-awareness. It requires consistent reflection on your beliefs and habits, questioning the subconscious patterns that may have been instilled over time. By consciously choosing to think, feel, and act in ways that resonate with abundance, you begin to rewire your mind, creating a new mental landscape where prosperity becomes a natural state of being. This alignment with abundance is not a quick fix, it is a way of life that, when embraced fully, transforms how you interact with the world. As you embody alignment with abundance, life begins to reflect this state back to you. Opportunities that match your newfound mindset arise, relationships improve, and you feel a deeper sense of peace. Rather than chasing after things, you begin to attract them. When you no longer operate from a place of lack, your actions are infused with confidence and clarity. Each step you take is filled with purpose because you know that abundance is always supporting you. This alignment empowers you to live from a place of fulfillment, trusting in the flow of life to bring you everything you need and more. Living in alignment with abundance allows you to engage with life from a place of confidence, security, and freedom. You are no longer limited by what appears to be possible. Instead, you are grounded in the knowledge that abundance is infinite. This state of mind transcends the boundaries of material wealth, encompassing all aspects of life, relationships, health, happiness, and personal growth. In alignment with abundance, you experience a sense of freedom, because you understand that life's resources are as boundless as your imagination and as generous as your belief in them. The power of self-talk is one of the most transformative forces in shaping how we experience our lives. Self-talk is the continuous inner dialogue that runs through our minds, guiding our perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors. This stream of internal conversation can be supportive or limiting, uplifting or discouraging. It serves as a filter through which we view the world, and it significantly influences our emotions, confidence, and actions. The words we say to ourselves matter because they reinforce beliefs and shape how we interpret the circumstances around us. The power of self-talk lies in its ability to either motivate or inhibit us, to foster growth or maintain stagnation. When we think about self-talk, it's essential to recognize its influence on self-perception and self-worth. Positive self-talk empowers us, giving us the mental and emotional strength to face challenges and pursue our goals with confidence. By consciously directing our thoughts in a positive direction, we reinforce beliefs that support resilience, optimism, and success. For instance, telling yourself, "I am capable," or "I can handle this," is a way of affirming your ability and competence, which can make a significant difference in how you approach difficult situations. Positive self-talk creates a foundation of trust within ourselves, which translates into our actions and decisions. This internal support system becomes a reliable source of encouragement, especially in moments when external validation may be lacking. Self-talk also affects how we handle failure and setbacks. Negative self-talk often exaggerates problems, leading us to believe that obstacles are insurmountable or that we are doomed to fail. It can distort reality, convincing us that a single setback is a reflection of our overall worth or ability. This inner critic can be harsh, using words that diminish our confidence and resilience. Statements like, "I always mess things up," or "I'll never be good enough," not only discourage us but also become self-fulfilling prophecies. Over time, if we internalize these beliefs, they shape our identity and limit our potential. However, by becoming aware of this negative dialogue, we can actively work to change it. Instead of accepting these critical thoughts as truths, we can challenge them and replace them with constructive affirmations that reinforce our capacity for growth and improvement. The power of self-talk is not just in its ability to lift us up, but also in its potential to reframe situations and perspectives. Self-talk allows us to choose how we interpret experiences, which in turn shapes our emotional response. For example, when faced with a challenge, saying "this is an opportunity to learn" shifts the focus from fear of failure to an openness to growth. This reframing can be incredibly powerful, as it positions us to see possibilities rather than limitations. By changing our narrative, we cultivate a mindset that is more adaptable and resilient, allowing us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease. Positive self-talk fosters a sense of agency, reminding us that we are not merely passive recipients of life's events, but active participants who have control over our responses and attitudes. Moreover, self-talk can act as a motivational tool that helps us push through obstacles and stay focused on our goals. Encouraging phrases such as "I am making progress" or "I have the power to achieve my dreams" reinforce our commitment and determination. In moments of self-doubt or fatigue, these words serve as reminders of our purpose, reigniting our drive to keep going. Motivation born from self-talk is sustainable because it comes from within, creating a well of inspiration that is always accessible. Unlike external sources of motivation, which may be inconsistent or fleeting, self-talk is a resource we can draw upon at any time. This inner encouragement helps us persevere, even when the journey is challenging, building mental strength and resilience. Self-talk also plays a crucial role in shaping our relationships with others. The way we speak to ourselves often influences how we communicate and interact with those around us. Negative self-talk can lead to insecurity, defensiveness, or an over-reliance on others for validation. On the other hand, positive self-talk fosters a sense of self-assurance that allows us to engage with others more openly and authentically. When we believe in our own worth, we are less likely to seek approval from others and more likely to approach relationships from a place of mutual respect. Furthermore, by cultivating kindness and patience toward ourselves through positive self-talk, we become more compassionate toward others. This self-compassion ripples outward, enhancing our ability to connect with people and create meaningful, supportive relationships. Another remarkable aspect of self-talk is its impact on stress and well-being. Negative self-talk often amplifies stress by focusing on worst-case scenarios, heightening feelings of anxiety or overwhelm. When we constantly tell ourselves that we are under too much pressure or that we cannot handle a situation, our body responds accordingly, leading to physical and emotional stress. However, positive self-talk can act as a calming influence, reminding us that we have the tools and resources to cope with whatever comes our way. By reassuring ourselves that "I can manage this" or "I have handled challenges before," we cultivate a sense of inner peace that mitigates stress and promotes a balanced outlook. This mental resilience contributes to overall well-being, as we are less likely to be swayed by external stressors and more capable of maintaining emotional stability. Self-talk also has a powerful influence on our sense of identity. Our internal dialogue reinforces our self-image, shaping who we believe ourselves to be. Over time, the messages we repeatedly tell ourselves become ingrained, forming the basis of our self-concept. Positive self-talk builds a strong positive self-identity, whereas negative self-talk can erode our self-worth. By actively choosing to engage in positive self-talk, we consciously create an identity rooted in confidence, capability, and self-respect. This strong sense of self becomes a guiding force, informing our choices, behaviors, and interactions with the world. It allows us to approach life with a secure and empowered mindset, grounded in a clear understanding of our own value. In addition to personal growth, the power of self-talk extends to our goals and aspirations. Positive self-talk enhances our belief in our own potential, motivating us to pursue our dreams with conviction. By telling ourselves, "I am capable of achieving my goals," or "I am worthy of success," we build a mental foundation that supports ambition and creativity. This internal encouragement emboldens us to take risks, step out of our comfort zones, and strive for greater accomplishments. Rather than being held back by self-doubt, we embrace our aspirations with enthusiasm, trusting in our ability to bring them to fruition. Self-talk, therefore, becomes a tool for manifestation, aligning our thoughts with our desires and guiding us toward the fulfillment of our dreams. The power of self-talk lies in its ability to transform our inner world, which in turn transforms our outer experience. By consciously choosing to engage in positive self-talk, we take control of our mental narrative, creating a reality that aligns with our highest aspirations. Self-talk empowers us to shape our beliefs, overcome limitations, and live from a place of confidence and possibility. The practice of positive self-talk is not merely about repeating affirmations. It is a journey of self-awareness, a commitment to self-compassion, and a powerful means of creating a fulfilling and purposeful life. Revisiting past events is a powerful exercise that can shape our understanding of ourselves and our experiences. When we reflect on what has happened before, we gain insights that can inform our present and influence our future. Every experience we go through carries lessons, emotional residues, and memories that collectively contribute to our personal narrative. By revisiting these moments with a deliberate, introspective lens, we can learn from our successes and failures, uncover patterns in our thinking and behavior, and foster a sense of self-awareness that deepens over time. Engaging with the past is not merely about remembering events. It is about understanding them in ways that are constructive and growth-oriented. By revisiting significant memories, we can begin to see how they have influenced our current mindset and choices. We may recognize how a challenging experience made us more resilient, or how a joyous occasion instilled a sense of gratitude that has stayed with us. The key lies in our approach. Are we looking at these events with a mindset that fosters growth and understanding, or are we reliving them with resentment or regret? By choosing to reflect with a compassionate and curious perspective, we allow the past to serve as a guide for our present. Many people find that revisiting past events helps them identify recurring themes in their lives. For example, by examining patterns of behavior in relationships or career choices, we might notice tendencies to seek validation, to shy away from risks, or to repeat certain mistakes. This awareness provides an opportunity to break free from patterns that no longer serve us. Instead of feeling bound to the limitations or insecurities of our past selves, we can choose to take those insights and redefine our approach. Each realization offers a chance to make different choices, and in doing so, we rewrite the narratives that may have once held us back. Past events also hold clues to our deepest values and desires. Positive memories, for instance, can reveal what truly matters to us, showing us what brings joy, purpose, and satisfaction. On the other hand, negative experiences often indicate boundaries and values we may not have been fully aware of at the time. A painful experience can serve as a powerful indicator of what we want to avoid or what does not align with our true selves. Revisiting such moments allows us to assess whether we are currently honoring these values or if there are adjustments we need to make. Understanding our values on this deeper level can help us align our actions and decisions with what is most meaningful to us, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. There is also a unique emotional healing that can come from revisiting the past with empathy and understanding. Many times, past events are attached to unresolved emotions, grief, disappointment, anger, or regret. By revisiting these experiences with an open heart and a willingness to process these emotions, we release ourselves from the lingering weight they carry. This does not mean dwelling on the past or reliving the pain, but rather acknowledging the emotions that remain attached to those memories. By facing them, we can find closure, which in turn liberates us to live more fully in the present. Processing these emotions fosters a sense of peace and acceptance, allowing us to move forward without the burden of unresolved feelings. In the process of revisiting past events, we also gain a renewed perspective on how far we've come. Looking back allows us to see the growth and progress we may not recognize in our day-to-day lives. Events that once seemed insurmountable now appear as milestones of personal growth, showing us how much we've learned and evolved. Reflecting on our journey helps us appreciate the resilience and strength we have developed over time. It reminds us that we have overcome challenges before and are capable of facing whatever lies ahead. This perspective not only boosts our confidence but also fosters a deep sense of gratitude for the journey itself, with all its highs and lows. In revisiting the past, we also give ourselves a chance to rewrite our interpretation of certain events. Many of us hold on to stories that may no longer serve us, narratives that cast us as victims or failures, or that reinforce limiting beliefs about our capabilities. By actively reinterpreting these stories, we can shift our perspective. For example, instead of viewing a setback as evidence of inadequacy, we might reinterpret it as an experience that taught us valuable lessons about perseverance and adaptability. This reframing empowers us to take control of our personal narrative, aligning it with a vision of ourselves that is empowered and growth-oriented. In essence, we become the authors of our own story, with the ability to choose interpretations that support our self-worth and potential. Revisiting past events can strengthen our sense of compassion, both for ourselves and others. By examining our experiences with empathy, we can see how we were doing the best we could with the knowledge and resources we had at the time. This perspective encourages self-forgiveness, freeing us from the need to hold on to guilt or self-blame. Similarly, by reflecting on interactions with others, we gain insight into their perspectives and motivations, which fosters understanding and empathy. This deepened sense of compassion not only improves our relationship with ourselves, but also enhances our interactions with others, as we become more understanding and accepting. This practice also allows us to reclaim our personal power. When we revisit events where we felt powerless or overwhelmed, we have an opportunity to redefine our relationship with those memories. By recognizing that we survived and perhaps even grew from those experiences, we reclaim our strength and resilience. What once felt like a source of pain or limitation becomes a testament to our ability to persevere. This reclaiming of power fosters a sense of agency, reminding us that we are not defined by our circumstances but by how we choose to respond to them. In this way, revisiting the past strengthens our inner resolve, reminding us that we have the power to shape our future regardless of what has come before. Revisiting the past enriches our sense of purpose. By reflecting on what we've learned, how we've grown, and the values that have emerged from our experiences, we gain clarity about what we want to contribute to the world. Each experience, whether positive or negative, has a role in shaping our unique perspective and passions. Understanding these influences enables us to approach life with a clearer sense of purpose, aligning our goals and aspirations with our personal journey. This sense of purpose is deeply fulfilling, as it connects us to something greater than ourselves, giving meaning to both our past and our future. Gratitude as a state of being transcends the mere act of expressing thanks. It is a profound recognition of the abundance that exists within and around us. When we embrace gratitude as a way of life, we cultivate a mindset that focuses on the positive aspects of our experiences, relationships, and the world at large. This transformative state of being shifts our perception, enabling us to see opportunities for joy, growth, and connection in even the most challenging circumstances. Rather than viewing gratitude as a fleeting feeling that comes and goes based on external events, we begin to understand it as a fundamental aspect of our consciousness, a lens through which we can interpret our reality. At its core, gratitude encourages a shift in focus from what we lack to what we possess. In a world often dominated by consumerism and comparison, it is easy to fall into the trap of believing that happiness lies in acquiring more possessions, more validation, more success. This relentless pursuit can lead to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. However, when we embrace gratitude as a state of being, we redirect our attention to the richness of our current lives. We learn to appreciate the small, seemingly mundane aspects of daily existence, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the laughter of loved ones, the comfort of a familiar routine. Each moment becomes an opportunity to express gratitude, fostering a deeper connection to our present reality. Practicing gratitude on a daily basis cultivates a heightened awareness of our surroundings. It encourages us to notice the beauty and wonder that exists in everyday moments, from the vibrant colors of nature to the kindness of a stranger. This awareness is not limited to grand gestures or significant achievements. It extends to the subtle, often overlooked details that make life meaningful. As we become more attuned to these moments, we develop a sense of appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things. We begin to recognize that our lives are enriched by the contributions of others, whether it be the support of friends, the wisdom of mentors, or the simple acts of kindness from those around us. This realization deepens our relationships as we acknowledge the value of those connections and the role they play in our overall well-being. Gratitude fosters resilience. Life is inherently filled with challenges and hardships, but a grateful mindset empowers us to navigate these difficulties with grace and strength. When faced with adversity, we can draw upon our practice of gratitude to shift our perspective. Instead of becoming consumed by negativity or despair, we can seek out the lessons that emerge from our struggles. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone toward growth, teaching us about our capabilities and helping us build inner strength. This resilient attitude allows us to face obstacles with optimism, knowing that even in tough times there are still aspects of our lives for which we can be thankful. Gratitude also enhances our emotional well-being. Research has shown that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of anxiety and depression, improved mood, and greater overall life satisfaction. By consciously focusing on what we appreciate, we train our minds to recognize positive experiences rather than fixate on negative ones. This shift in focus can dramatically alter our emotional landscape, allowing us to cultivate joy, contentment, and peace. The practice of gratitude acts as a natural antidote to the stressors of life, helping us develop a more balanced emotional state. As we nurture this sense of gratitude, we create a positive feedback loop. The more we practice gratitude, the more we experience positive emotions, and the more we experience positive emotions, the easier it becomes to practice gratitude. Additionally, gratitude can strengthen our sense of community and belonging. When we express gratitude to others, we acknowledge their contributions and affirm their value in our lives. This not only enhances our relationships, but also fosters a culture of appreciation. When gratitude is shared, it creates an uplifting environment where individuals feel valued and supported. As we express gratitude to friends, family, and even strangers, we cultivate a sense of connection that transcends individual differences. This communal experience of gratitude reinforces our shared humanity, reminding us that we are all part of a larger tapestry of life. In adopting gratitude as a state of being, we also learn the importance of self-gratitude. Often we are quick to appreciate others and the world around us, yet we neglect to recognize our own worth and achievements. Self-gratitude involves acknowledging our strengths, accomplishments, and the unique qualities that make us who we are. By giving ourselves permission to appreciate our efforts and celebrate our journey, we cultivate self-acceptance and self-love. This practice empowers us to pursue our goals with confidence, knowing that we are deserving of success and happiness. As we learn to value ourselves, we create a solid foundation for our overall well-being, enabling us to engage more fully with the world. Furthermore, gratitude can be a powerful catalyst for personal transformation. When we adopt this mindset, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences. Gratitude encourages us to step outside our comfort zones, embrace change, and seek out opportunities for growth. By cultivating a sense of wonder and appreciation for the unknown, we become more willing to explore new paths and take risks. This willingness to venture into the unfamiliar can lead to profound personal development as we discover new passions, interests, and facets of our identities. As we embrace the potential for growth that comes with gratitude, we become active participants in our own evolution. As we navigate through life, gratitude becomes a guiding force, illuminating our path and enriching our experiences. By cultivating this state of being, we develop a greater appreciation for the complexities of life, learning to see the beauty in both the highs and lows. Gratitude teaches us that every experience, no matter how challenging, carries with it the seeds of growth and understanding. It helps us recognize that our journey is not merely a series of events to be endured, but a rich tapestry of experiences to be cherished. Through gratitude, we discover the power of presence, the joy of connection, and the profound impact of a mindset grounded in appreciation. In essence, gratitude as a state of being empowers us to live fully, embrace our experiences, and foster meaningful relationships. By choosing gratitude as our default perspective, we unlock a world of possibilities and insights that enhance our lives and the lives of those around us. This conscious decision to cultivate gratitude is not merely a practice, it becomes a way of life that transforms how we perceive ourselves, our experiences, and our place in the world. Persisting in the feeling of achievement, success, and abundance is a transformative practice that can reshape our lives in profound ways. The notion of persisting in a particular feeling is not simply about wishing for something, it's about cultivating a deep, unwavering belief in the reality of our desires. This practice allows us to align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the outcomes we wish to manifest, ultimately leading to the realization of our goals. To persist in the feeling is to understand the power of our inner world and the influence it has on our external reality. At the heart of this practice lies the understanding that our feelings are powerful creators of our reality. Our emotions are not mere reactions to the world around us, they are potent forces that shape our experiences. When we choose to dwell in the feeling of fulfillment, we send a clear signal to the universe about what we wish to attract into our lives. This practice requires a commitment to maintaining that feeling consistently, even in the face of challenges or setbacks. It is this consistency that builds momentum and creates a magnetic force that draws our desires closer to us. By nurturing a strong, positive emotional state, we align ourselves with the vibrational frequency of our goals, allowing them to manifest more effortlessly. One of the key elements in persisting in the feeling is visualization. This technique involves vividly imagining the outcomes we desire as if they have already been realized. When we engage our senses in this process, we create a rich tapestry of experiences that evoke the emotions we associate with our goals. For instance, if we aspire to financial abundance, we can visualize ourselves living in that reality, feeling the security, joy, and freedom that comes with it. By immersing ourselves in this imaginative experience, we create neural pathways in our minds that reinforce these feelings, making it easier for us to access them in our daily lives. The more we visualize and feel these emotions, the more we condition our subconscious to believe in the possibility of their realization. It is essential to recognize that persisting in the feeling requires discipline and dedication. There will be moments when doubt, fear, or negativity may creep in, challenging our commitment to maintaining a positive emotional state. During these times, it is crucial to remind ourselves of the power we hold within. We can acknowledge our feelings without letting them dominate our reality. Instead of succumbing to negative thoughts, we can actively choose to redirect our focus back to the feelings of success and abundance. This practice of mindfulness enables us to cultivate resilience, allowing us to rise above fleeting emotions and stay anchored in the feelings that align with our goals. Journaling is another powerful tool in this process. Writing down our thoughts and feelings can help solidify our commitment to persisting in the feeling. By documenting our goals and the associated emotions, we create a tangible reminder of what we are working toward. This act of writing not only reinforces our desires, but also serves as a form of emotional release. When we put pen to paper, we clarify our intentions, making it easier to persist in the feelings that support them. Regularly reviewing our journal entries can reignite our passion and commitment, reminding us of the progress we are making and the feelings we wish to embody. Engaging in daily affirmations can also significantly contribute to the practice of persisting in the feeling. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce our beliefs and desires.